I finally got my hands on the Quest 3, and there's a lot to talk about. Meta invited me to New York City a couple of weeks ago to finally get my hands on the Meta Quest 3. I got the chance to not only see the new headset and many of the new accessories, yes, that is 100% color options for the soft strap, but also to put that baby on my head and see if it lives up to all the hype. In a word, wow, which includes a surprise 15% increase in FOV over Quest 2, which is even wider than the Quest Pro at 110 degrees. But let me break it down for you a little bit more. I spent a little over a half an hour with the Quest 3, so this is in no way an exhaustive hands-on. But what I was able to check out has me very excited to get my hands back on the device again. They also told me that pre-orders would be starting today and that the Quest 3 launches on October 10th. So head to the link in the description if you want to pre-order. I'm going to get to the exciting stuff like the power and new games I played. Trust me, it's a big deal. But first, let me just say it really is very small in comparison to the Quest 2. And even though it's not lighter, it feels lighter on your head. I used the standard soft strap, and although I will still swap it out for something better, it was much more comfortable than the Quest 2 soft strap. I did not get the chance to wear it with the standard facial interface, but the new official facial interface with the faux leather feeling feels great. There were 2 buttons inside of the facial interface that allowed you to move the distance of the screen farther away from your eyes to stepped positions to accommodate for glasses. As soon as I placed it on my head, I was looking through the new pass-through cameras, and they were a little bit different than I expected. It is better than the Quest Pro, at least to my eye. I could see the room very clearly, but the biggest difference was due to the depth sensor. This made everything look three-dimensional, so I could actually walk up to the bookshelf you see and touch it without having to estimate the depth like we would have on other Quest headsets. I was able to scan in the room, which was super impressive to watch as it took every piece of furniture in the space and the walls and floor in all on its own and created a guardian. That was when I tried out my first mixed reality experience. It was a simple new experience called First Encounter, and it was made to showcase the new MR features much like First Steps did on the Quest for VR interactions. In the game, you use a scanner to scan the walls of the room to find these little fuzzy alien creatures. But first, a small rocket ship literally breaks through your ceiling and lands on the floor in front of you, leaving a giant hole in the ceiling, which, if I'm being honest, looked pretty awesome. After you scan for the aliens, they will start to attack you. Your scanner changes to a space weapon, and you have to shoot the aliens to capture them. You can also shoot the walls and the ceiling and break them to pieces and reveal an alien world beyond your room. And the little aliens break through the walls as well as they pour in from the alien landscape outside. It was darn impressive how well it worked and really did a great job at showcasing the mixed reality capabilities of the Quest 3. You know what else really impressed me? Those sweet pancake lenses. The Quest 3 fit really well on my face, and with the facial interface, unlike with the Quest Pro being open, it felt much more like a true VR headset. Having those pancake lenses really made things so much clearer, and add to that the increased resolution, and it was extremely crisp and clear in headset. 100% a huge step up from Quest 2 and Quest Pro. I think maybe what surprised me the most, though, was the snappy nature of the menus and just how much difference that more power really makes. Let me explain. I played Red Matter 2, or at least a tech demo made to show off the Quest 3 that was a small piece of Red Matter 2's Quest 3 update. In the demo, you could actually switch back and forth between the Quest 2 visuals and the Quest 3 visuals. When I say that my mind was blown, I mean it. You don't have any idea how muddy and the lack of details until you see it compared in real time to the Quest 3. The textures and detail of everything was cranked up like crazy, so you could see the detail in the environment so much clearer. Not only that, there was real post-processing effects, and the lighting, let me tell you, it was amazing. I went into a dark corner with a flashlight in the demo and picked up a toy rocket, and I could shine the flashlight on the rocket and create real-time shadows on the wall, and it looked so clean. I switched it to Quest 2 visuals, and the shadows totally disappeared, and the light became flat. I was honestly shocked because I wasn't expecting to get that much more power and detail in these games. I also played another game that I've been waiting literally years for, Assassin's Creed VR. Yes, I finally played it, and I'll have a more detailed video out on it tomorrow or the next day, going over everything I loved about it. But from a technical standpoint, it looks fantastic on Quest 3. The streets were filled, and I mean filled, with NPCs walking around doing tasks and living just like a real AC game. You could even interact with them and slap them around. The detail in the environment was fantastic as well, and although I didn't get a chance to see some lighting effects because it was a daytime level, the overall scale of the level and the detail and the living, breathing feeling made such a big impression on me. Needless to say, the more power we've been hearing about is as big a deal as they've made it sound, which I was hoping for, but not really expecting to this level. They actually showed us some side-by-side comparisons of a few upcoming Quest 3 updates for current Quest games, and I might have to go back and play some of my favorite games over again just to see the additional detail and new amped-up visuals. Speaking of games, you know what they told us? They told us that 50-plus new games are coming by the end of the year that are optimized for Quest 3, and another 50-plus games are getting Quest 3 updates and or mixed reality modes before the end of the year. That's 100 Quest 3 updated or brand new with Quest 3 optimizations before the end of the year. That's like in 3 months. That's insane. There were several other games I could have tried, like Stranger Things, but I ended up trying Samba de Amigo because I wanted to try another mixed reality game. And just like with the first MR experience, the implementation was excellent. Another exciting thing that was mentioned was not only will your real-world environment play a bigger role in mixed reality games, but in your home environment as well. Customization is coming to your real-world pass-through environment, and you'll be able to place different custom items around your real-world room, whether it's a decorative item from your favorite game or even an interactive portal to Asgard's Wrath 2. Even iHeartRadio is getting in on the fun with a mixed reality widget, if you will, that you can place on your wall to listen to music. A couple of more random thoughts on the Quest 3. Even though my time with it was limited, it left a big impression. The crispness of the details in the virtual worlds was freaking impressive. Also, even though the displays were LCD, the blacks looked pretty good. Not OLED good, but better than Quest 2 from what I could tell. Also, it does indeed have smooth IPD adjustments, so you can set it exactly where it works best for you. Overall, between the new Pancake optics, the better form factor, the noticeable higher resolution screens, and the additional power, the Quest 3 kind of blew my mind, really. I mean, I was excited for it, and it still managed to exceed my expectations so far. I have a lot of questions still about the hardware and the software on Quest 3, but I'll be going much more in depth once I can get a unit home with me and I start using it daily. Don't forget to pre-order the Quest 3 for the October 10th release if you're interested, and you can check out the link below for more information. Plus, if you buy the Quest 3 during this holiday season, you're going to get Asgard's Wrath 2 for free. There you go. There is my first hands-on impressions of the Quest 3. Thank you to Meta for bringing me to New York to check it out. What do you think? Are you excited? I know, having tried it myself, I'm freaking excited to get my hands on it and just continuously play. And I personally am going to spend a lot of time playing in this headset, not just because of the form factor, but because it looks fantastic. And if what I saw in the headset at this event is any indication, I'm extremely excited to try all of these updates and games that are going to utilize the full power of the Quest 3. Let me know down below what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date on all things Quest 3. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and happy questing.